41,000 kilometers in less than 1 year. Yes, I am still below 1 year mark and I have reached 41,000 kilometers. And today is maintenance day. So I will do the second maintenance today. So welcome back to the channel. My name is Hugo and this is my EV owner's journey, mainly with my XPeng G6 car. So if you saw my 1,000 kilometers maintenance video, you know that at that time I went to Caetano, that it's the importer, to do the 20k maintenance, and it was a little bit strange because it's a Hyundai facility and they were not aware about XPeng, so I looked like an alien. So in this case I will take my car to do the 1,000 kilometers maintenance on car class. So it's not also dedicated to XPeng, so I don't know what to expect. I know already that I will not be able to record internally the operations. So I have already made the planning of the route for car class here on my inbuilt system. It seems that today it's working, good news. And I am currently in the rush hour, so I will get a lot of traffic. So let's see what happens now. So it's planned also for today to do the T-box replacement, but I will do a separate video on that. So in terms of complaints, I don't have anything. So the reality is that I feel that we didn't need to do this maintenance, except for the fact to make sure that everything is okay. So I don't have any complaint, I don't have any strange noise, I don't have anything that I could say that this needs to be looked at. So the reality is that it's just something that we need to do because of warranties. You may ask if I agree with this plan. Well, I have double feelings about this because, to be honest, I do believe that the cars are a powerful weapon. And what I mean with this is that if badly used or if there is any problem with the car, you can in fact put your life and your family lives in risk. So I do like to have the certainty that it was checked, that everything is working, that everything is okay. This is for me something that it's a priority. I do prefer to spend money on preventive maintenance than spending money than on some reactive emergency expenses. Is this really necessary to do every 20,000 kilometers? Is this really necessary to do every year? Is the costs associated with this aligned with the needs of the car? Hi guys, I'm completely stuck in the traffic, as you can see, so this is completely stopped. But let me show you what we have in terms of consumption up to now. So since start, we have made already 12.2 kilometers. I don't know if you can see it because of the sun. But we have made 12.2 kilometers in 28 minutes with a 12.2. Oh, nice. It's 12.2 kilowatt hour on 12.2 kilometers on 28 minutes, as you can see. So a lot of traffic. I am stuck here. This is normal traffic in Lisbon. So as you can see, nothing to do here. Just wait and follow the traffic. So guys, we have just arrived and as you can see 8:59, so I have a booking for 9, so I have to be in a hurry. But as you can see, we made 16.8 kilometers, 40 minutes, 10.7 kilowatt hour per 100 kilometers of average. And as you can see, I have 170 kilometers on my odometer. And now I will just go to car class and do my maintenance. Okay guys, so I just dropped the car at car class here and they said to me that they have 2 service orders to do, so the T-box and something about the negative connection of the battery, something like that, that needs also to be changed. It seems that it's being changed on the 20k maintenance, but for some reason in my car it was not marked as done, so they will need to do it again or at least check if it was done or not. So now I will just pick up a Uber, go back home and expect they call me to get my car back. Let's go.
Hi guys, so I just ended maintenance for the 41,000 kilometers and I am leaving now car class after doing that maintenance. So it took a morning, so I delivered my car at 9 and they called me around 2 o'clock in the afternoon saying that the car was ready. It's cleaned, it was washed. They were able to find a screw that was loose in the back of the car. It seems that I didn't even mention that, but it seems that there is a very common noise that it seems that affects the XPengs, something in the trunk. And they did check it by themselves and they did find that there was a screw there that was a little bit loose, and they just tightened that screw a little bit and it's done. So I am really appreciated for that. In terms of the car itself, nothing was identified. Everything is okay with the car. They just mentioned that my tires are very wasted, that I should change the tires. In terms of the maintenance itself, this time they did talk with me, they did explain some things. I didn't felt like an alien. In terms of what they did, basically a couple of checks, the normal things. They replaced the air filters and some liquid for the brakes, and that's why this one is a little bit more expensive than the 20k one. I paid 240 something euros, but I had a discount, okay? But it depends on the country, because I already saw many people when I did the 20k referring that they paid much more than I pay in Portugal for the first 20k. And also let me tell you also this, because I paid 145 for the 20k maintenance, but I know that there are people paying in Portugal a little bit less. So I know that this differs based on the place where you are going to do. So XPeng doesn't ask, because even in Portugal we don't have even XPeng. There is a price, there is a couple of things that need to be checked so that you can continue with the warranty, but then the price itself of the materials, the man hour, etc., it's based on the place where you choose to make the maintenance. They will send me a couple of things over email and then I will include that on the video. I will probably not be able to show you the exact document, okay, because it's an internal document, but at least I will be able to tell you a little bit what is being made on the 40,000k maintenance. So check the end of the video, and that's it, guys. Thank you very much again. I will resume now back to my home, so let's start the trip back home.
So I just ended the trip back from the maintenance shop, and as you can see, the difference in consumption is huge. So for more or less the same route, it was not exactly the same, of course, but you can see that I made an average of 20.7 kilowatt hour. You may ask, why is this difference? Well, it's very easy to explain. Basically, the traffic, for instance, it's completely different. On the way there, I took a lot of time because there was traffic. There was a traffic jam, and with that, the regeneration works pretty well. It returns a lot of energy back to the battery pack. In this case, I had free roads, and with free roads, you drive a little bit faster, and this means spending a little bit more energy. Also, for sure that the inclination of the driving to that place is different than the one driving back home. So this shows clearly that we cannot just say that on average I consume around 17 or 18 in the city. As you can see, more or less the same route brings different consumption figures.
Hi guys, here I am again, just to tell you then what was made on my 40,000 kilometers. So as I said, I cannot share the document that they provide to me. It is also in Portuguese and I just translate it on ChatGPT just so that it's easier for me to tell you something. So basically they check OTA versions, pending service actions, maintenance history, etc. that was made in the car. Then before lifting the vehicle, so they go to the driver compartment and do a couple of checks. For instance, instruments panel and warning lights, malfunction indicators, DTC check and software version alignment, windshield wiper and washer, warn, headlights and dashboard indicator lights, pedestrian warning and sound, you know this one, you love it. Air conditioning system, so cooling and heating, steering wheel, free play and column adjustments. They check the EPB, so the electronic parking brake, and they enter that in maintenance mode. They test the functions of the brake and pedal free play, seat heating and ventilation, interior door lock functions, mirrors, windows up and down. Then they raise the car up, and then they check, for instance, front motor drive unit, reducer, connectors and wiring. They check steering racks and tie rods. They check steering knuckles, ball joints. They check front brake calipers, hoses, absorbers, front inner and outer ball joints, brake disc thickness. So a lot of stuff. This is on the front. Then on the rear, they do exactly the same. So rear motor drive unit, rear drive shafts, rear wheel bearings, brake calipers, shock absorbers, brake hoses, suspension condition, brake discs, tire condition, tire pressure, traction battery appearance, complete lower body inspection form, brake lines and coolant pipes, AC drain lines cleaning, chassis bolts and nuts, a lot of stuff. Then they lower again the vehicle down, and then they check the exterior and engine bay. So basically they check the wheel nuts torque, opening and closing of the doors, seals, courtesy and ambient lights, interior and exterior door handles, child lock confirmation, AC filter, and they change it, tailgate operations, trunk, charging port conditions, the 12-volt battery health, wood operation, coolants, brake fluid levels, and they changed. So for these 40K, there is a replacement here. Coolant and brake piping, hinge shield, washer fluid, AC compressor and refrigerant lines, clean engine bay, clean front radiator, clean condenser and electric fan, and they then exit EPB maintenance mode. And then there are a couple of things here additional that they didn't make, like wheel alignments and four-wheel rotation and balancing, wiper blades change. So these can be made, but it was nothing made. Basically, what they do on each of these individual things, they mark it as okay, corrected, replaced, adjusted, lubricated, or not good. So they just mark it, everything is good on my car, and replaced it on the air filter and the coolant, the brake liquid, sorry. And that's it. Then there are a couple of information like images and also some usual common and standard values for some of the things like the torque, for the wheel nut, the brake disc thickness and the brake pad thickness also for each of the models, so that they can have that information. And then they just sign, and that's it. So basically this is it, guys. So they do a very comprehensive check on the car, outside, inside, and electronical, mechanical, everything. And then in this one, on the 40K, they did change the air filter and the brake fluid. And that's it, guys. I thank you again for watching this video. This extra content in the end was just for people that want a little bit more detail on what is made on the maintenance. So I thank you again, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye, guys.